It's pretty similar but stronger. I've already worked with charity for 5 years before Miss World, and now I'm doing charity again. And after Miss World, I'm gonna still do charity. Like, this is my life with or without the crown. But I'm stronger. I want to think I'm wiser, and just more fulfilled and satisfied woman overall. Yes.
Are you staying here until the finals of Miss World?
Yes, I think we're moving to somewhere else. I don't know. I don't have the schedule, guys. I'm telling you, I'm the person here who has the least information. But yes, we're staying here. The final will be held here, and yeah.
But do you have any charities to attend to there?
Yes, we'll probably see Father Rocky. I think you guys have heard of him a lot. That's been a project for a long time here in Philippines, and many other more. I think. I hope. Oh.
It's the first time here.
First time here.
So what is your impression so far?
Okay, my first impression was in the plane. I was looking down, and I could see the cities becoming the sea, and it was like the cities are becoming the ocean. This is the only place where this can happen. It was like magic, and I could see the clouds because it's monsoon season, right? I think it's beautiful, and the weather is fantastic. I feel in Mexico.
Vanessa, what are your future plans?
My future plans. I hope I can keep working with Beauty with a Purpose and Miss World Organization because they're doing such an amazing job. Just doing fundraising for multiple charities around the world, as you know. I'm going to open my own nonprofit for sure. And I want to keep encouraging people to do good and to help others.
Thanks so much.
Vanessa, your most memorable experience as Miss World.
My most memorable experience so far, I have two. I was in Thailand, and we went to this orphanage, and one kid, as I went in, he grabbed my leg, and he didn't let go the whole visit, like for 2 hours, and I don't know, I just still think of him, and I feel sorry that I couldn't take him with me. I feel responsible for him. Also, it was very shocking to see the refugee camp in Indonesia where the earthquake hit, and see that they've been living like that for a year and more, and probably they won't even have a home in another year, in 5 years. Like, some of them lost the whole family and they're alone in the world. Like, who deserves that? No one. And also, I think we went to Africa and the traditional dances that I've never done. Have you seen the video of me? Yeah. Oh Lord, I loved it.
Hi Vanessa.
Hi.
You speak very good English, especially coming from a Spanish nation. Can you tell us more about why you speak so good English?
Okay, this is a long story, guys. Well, so when I was 15, I fell in love, as many of us do. And I fell in love with an American boy. And we started mailing, and we started just sending letters and talking on the phone, and he taught me English. After that, I came to a bilingual school in Mexico, and the rest is history.
I see. You won Mexico's Next Top Model back in 2014, and Miss World Philippines is about to happen soon. Do you think that being a good model is also a good prerequisite to becoming Miss World? Because there's a fast track challenge called Top Model, right? So do you think that it also helps that you're a good model? That's the reason why it helped you win Miss World last year?
Of course, yes, of course. I think being Miss World and being an inspiration, you need a presence on stage, and you need to know how to walk. You need to know how to impress. You need to know how to stand your ground and just give a message. That's what I learned in Mexico's Next Top Model. And I learned, of course, runway, which really helped me on the fast track. But I think it's not necessary, but you need to be very confident. But my reality show really helped me grow and become who I am now. So yeah, I think it was very good for me.
You've toured so many countries since winning Miss World. What has been your favorite travel and moment so far during your reign?
You're trying to get me into trouble. I can't really choose. They're very different. I can tell you I love different things from everywhere. Like from Thailand, I love the culture. From Africa, I love the dancing. From Indonesia, I love the projects. just there's something different in each one of them, and I couldn't choose one as my favorite. I still have to see Philippines. Let's see.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Thank you
Hi,
very
Vanessa.
much.
I'm Altair from Rappler.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I was actually at your coronation.
Did you
Yeah,
cry?
he still did.
Because
He
I
was in
cried.
China.
Yeah.
I was crying so hard.
Yes. I enjoyed some of the food there.
Yes.
Yes. Now I know you're here not really to be just Miss World, but you're here really for Mr. World.
Yes.
So a lot of people aren't really very familiar with the male pageants. What sets them apart from like a female pageant, and have you been giving them advice?
Well, I've been giving anyone who asks me for advice. To be honest, I wasn't very familiar with it as well, but as I read more into it and I see the pageant, it's more about, it is similar to Miss World. It's about seeing what the guys have to bring to the table besides being beautiful, because they all are very handsome guys. You will see they're very handsome. But some of them are professional athletes, some of them are teachers, some of them are dentists. I think we have photographers. So it's how they bring their talents to the show and how can they perform it. And also I think it's more about not being scared, because they have lots of physical activities. And I'm not a very sporty girl,
Okay.
but it's more about them not being afraid to try new things and get out of their comfort zone. I think that's what Miss World and Mr. World is about.
Do you think they're gonna also be, like in the background, the way that your stage was set up? Because I thought that was a really beautiful way of having all the contestants support one another.
It was like the UN, right?
Yes.
It was
Also like a
very
game
beautiful.
show.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the setting will be. I know they're all included in the show, but I don't know that. You will have to ask administration for that.
Because it was so beautiful for the countries that
Yeah.
don't make it, for them to see their candidates in the background cheering
Yeah.
on the others.
Also, I think it's very good for your spirit, because you have your friends back there,
Yeah.
and they're cheering for you. And as you get closer to the crown, you can hear them screaming your name. I remember my friends screaming Mexico, and that's what brought tears to my eyes. So I wish the guys could have something similar, because it's very powerful.
Yes. Thank you.
Who else?
Vanessa,
Yes.
Mexico has been doing very well in Mr. and Miss World.
Yeah.
2 years ago, you guys won. You almost won. This year, last year you already won. Similar with the male counterpart, they've been also doing well. So, what do you think is Mexico's secret, or as to why you guys have been doing well in Miss World and Mr. World pageants?
Well, I think the secret is in the choosing. I think for any place, it's not only about choosing a beautiful woman or a very handsome guy, because that doesn't mean anything when you come here. It doesn't work in Miss or Mr. World. I think you have to find a person that is talented, that is flexible, that it adapts to the situation. And we're doing well because we're Mexican. I just have to say, we're great.
Miss World Philippines is about to happen. What do you think is the most important quality our next representative to the Miss World pageant should have?
Okay, I think the girls should be very compassionate. You can see that. You can see the way they treat each other. You can see the way they treat the staff. It's very, very, very important for them to treat everyone well, because we all deserve kindness, and it's free. So you should be kind, you should be compassionate, you should be very hardworking, because you think Miss World is an easy job, but it's not, guys. It is a job, and there are days where you're tired, and days where you want to sleep, and days where you're just like, I'm done with this, I want to go to bed. But then you see the kids, and you're like, everything's worth it. It doesn't matter. That's your energy. So, yeah, compassionate, hardworking girl.
I see.
Have you seen the candidates so far in photos and in live? And who are your top bets? Top three?
To the candidates
Mr.
of
World.
Mr.
Yeah,
World?
yeah.
Mexico, of course.
I think I don't have a favorite.
Brian.
I don't have a favorite. Of course I love Brian. He's my little brother. I have to take care of him. He's a kid. I think he's like 19 or 20, so he's like my little brother. I don't have a favorite. I think I shouldn't have a favorite. I'm here to enjoy the ride and see who's gonna come with me to the next trips, guys. So I'm not a judge.
So aside from your participation in the forthcoming Mr. World,
Are there any other purpose of your visit here, like charity? You know?
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna be visiting a couple charities, and we're gonna see Manila, I think, and Philippines. We always want to see the beautiful places we're in, and take this world to Mexico, because I don't have many friends that have been to Philippines actually, and I think they're missing on something wonderful. So I want to bring this notice to Mexico and see what we can do.
I know you're gonna be here for like, you said 3 weeks, right?
Yes.
3
Just in
weeks?
case you
The
start-
duration of Mr. World.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until the final.
Wow.
Just in case you start craving for Mexican food, I know a good place.
Oh, okay. Do they have good tacos?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Okay, the
Street
tacos
tacos.
there.
Street tacos.
Straight
Take me,
and
Flour
please.
tortilla.
I
Vanessa,
haven't been home
And corn
in,
tortilla.
yeah, I haven't been
Ito tanong.
home in like 2 months, so
Yeah,
I'm
barely
craving
turned
for tacos.
Oh, that would be good.
Yes.
you know, Miss World is very passionate about beauty with its Beauty with a Purpose projects. Do you think that girls who should be joining as a winner, as the reigning queen, do you think that girls joining Miss World should stand for something nowadays?
Well, I don't
Or should they just be pretty? Is being beautiful enough criteria to win Miss World nowadays?
Okay, guys, no one wants to be judged by being pretty. Like, it's not good anymore. Like, we have so much more things to offer. Like, imagine if someone judged you over how you dress, or how do you have your piercings, or how do you do your hair. That's not something that really stands for all the things that you can be. So I don't think it's only for girls that should stand for something. I think we all should stand for something, for a cause, for something we believe in. And I think to become Miss World, you have to have these things clear. You need to have a purpose. You need to have a mission. I know my mission is to help others. I know my mission is to encourage people that no matter what path they choose in life, it doesn't matter if they're architects, dentists, pageant girls, or photographers, or whatever, they can do some help around the world, because there's always going to be someone that needs what you have to offer. So that's my mission, and I'm doing it. I've been doing it for more than 5 years. So this is who I am. The girls need to know who they are and what they stand for.
So I read in an interview before that you said in one interview that you're now in a perfect place right now. This is something that you've always been dreaming of. Has becoming a beauty queen part of your childhood dreams, or has it something that you have long dreamed of?
It wasn't my dream. Like, I didn't even know about pageants till I was like probably 9, 10ish, and it wasn't my thing. I was invited to participate in other pageants, but I was like, what's the point in that? Like, okay, you're the most beautiful, which we know we're not, because it's only 30 girls participating every year. So you're not the most beautiful of your country. You're not the most beautiful in the world. So for me, it didn't make sense until I saw.
Yes.
Party for Vanessa.
until I saw that sounded a little Mexican, by the way.
Party to you.
Yeah.
So when it made sense in my mind, it was when I saw Beauty with a Purpose, and I was like, I'm already doing this. This is wonderful. And then they told me you can raise more funds for your charities if you get in. And I was like, oh, now there is something. So I came in and I won the national. And then I came to the international. I was like, I think I can do this. And if I win, there's going to be so many things happening for my country. So I went all the way, and here we are.
How has your
Yeah.
So what is your impression about our country before you went here?
Before I thought,
What have you heard?
what have I heard? I think it's a good place for vacation. That's what I've heard. The other thing is, Katarina is a surfer, and we saw her video, and we saw the beautiful beaches, and I'm a scuba diver, and I'm like, I must go there to do some scuba diving. So I can't wait to go to the seaside and just get inside the water. That would be lovely. I hope I can do that eventually, probably.
Vanessa, you support organizations who champion people with helping people with disabilities. What is the reason for it? Does that come from personal experience?
Well, no, actually, when I was modeling in Mexico City, it felt very shallow and very empty. So I took a job on a migrant shelter, and I was supposed to be 2 days there to shoot a commercial, and I decided to stay for 3 weeks. And I just quit my job. I started volunteering with migrants because I saw the way they're treating them in the borders of Mexico. And suddenly I went to the north and I saw this beautiful place for people with disabilities. And that's the purest form of love I've ever seen. Like, these kids just go grab you and hug you, and they don't judge you, and it's pure love. So I couldn't leave them. And that's how I started growing into different organizations. I work with more than 20 different organizations back in Mexico, and I've done fundraising, I've done charity events, I've done online crowdfunding, and I just can't choose one. Everyone thinks that you have to choose, but I think you don't have to. I help all of them.
I
So
see.
far as Miss World 2018, where have you been? Where have you been, and what are the major activities involved?
Where have I been? I've been to United States, I've been to London, of course, I've been to Thailand, Indonesia, I've been to, I don't know, I'm missing so many places.
Uganda.
You went
Uganda.
to
You went to Uganda.
Uganda, yeah, of course. Uganda, Ghana, China,
London,
Macau,
India.
India. You guys know that. And so far, I've never, probably these places, I could have traveled on my own to these places, but I would have never seen the things that I've seen if I was in this world. You get to see the poorest person from the richest person, and you get to live them together and make them work together so they can be a better country in any place we go. So that's kind of unique.
You get a special pass
Because
at the airport.
learn how to
Yes, I get special time. And usually they're very excited that I came. So the police come and customs come and they want to see the crown, and I'm like, okay, careful, careful. But they're very nice everywhere I go. So yeah, we have special passes.
Vanessa, why is it important for you to connect to different communities and to the needy people?
Because we were not born alone in this world. I mean, we are here in a world full of billions of people, and if you're part of that 1% of the population that has an education, is able to just live by themselves, you have the responsibility to take care of the other people, to bring them up. And you know, I don't know if you've seen a speech that Angelina Jolie gave when she was receiving a humanitarian award. It's like, I am so lucky that I was born in Mexico. I was born in a family who could raise me. I was educated. I was able to manage through college. I was able to go into a reality show, be a model, be Miss World. But a girl same age as me is there in Africa, and she's not able to do any of the things that I'm doing. I am responsible to help that girl to have a better future. So
Thank you
that's
so
it.
much. We love you so much.
Thank you. Hello.
Photo na tayo.
Can you stand?
Can I stand? Yes, of course I can stand.
God, she's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Vanessa.
The crown looks so good on her head.
Vanessa here.
Blue.
The crown right?
Guys, don't
Wait lang.
guys, don't you just marvel?
Wait lang naman. Then, Vanessa here.
Okay. Gonna turn here.
Okay, Vanessa.
Yeah. No turning back.
Okay, I see.
Viva Mexico.
With the
Viva
bouquet.
Mexico!
Smile. Okay, here. Thank
I'm gonna
you.
turn again.
Okay na.
Left side.
That's fine. Okay, ito tawagin.
Vanessa, with the flowers.
With the flowers, please.
With the flowers, please. With the bouquet.
With the flowers.
Even with the bouquet. With the flowers. Okay, here again. Lower. Showing the session. Thank you so much. Thank you. Perfect. Wow.
Okay,
more.
here. Okay.
One more Vanessa here.
Perfect.
One more.
Here. Melka Paras. Special mention.
Vanessa here.
So many years.
Here, Vanessa.
Here.
To Felix Manuel, special mention.
One last here.
Special mention to the New Yorker.
Vanessa. One last.
Volter tayo. Special mention. Ferdinand Abejon, special mention.
Giving you my full post.
Sometimes you can tell where the beer is coming
last
from
one, Vanessa.
anymore.
Akin ni Volter.
Here. Here.
No Volter. No.
Volter first. Move muna tayo.
Nanalo na, nanalo na.
No Volter. No Vanessa, you can't have a photo with him.
Which is your side?
Oh my God!
The most gentle queen.
Perfect. Dito rin ako, Volter.
Julia Morley.
I love this. Like, I need a photo with that.
Volter, dyan na din ako. Click on here.
Okay guys, that's it for the coverage of Miss World.
po si Alan.
Magpapapicture na ako, so I need to turn off the live.
Because I need a picture.
I'll be back in a bit for Mr. World
Okay, we'll wait for
candidates.
sure.
Bye.
Sorry.